So first full day here. This is basically what this place looks like during the day. You know, service bays in there. Dale Jr.'s old one's still in there. That's still for sale. Man, I got this guy with like a 2005 or something parked next to me, making me look like a beater. And it sucks even worse because I didn't get to wash mine before I left, because if you saw my last video, Blue Beacon had a line that was like 80,000 miles long and I wasn't gonna wait for it. Lots of bugs, lots of road grime. Old Big Al seen some road in its day. He's a warrior. It might not be the nicest one here. It actually might be the worst one here. But you can't tell me that paint job doesn't look freaking epic. Robbie Gordon hit the nail on the head with that. And I'm just, you know, dude, you're the man. If you've never seen one of my videos before, that was previously owned by Robbie Gordon. That's not the original paint job. He did that. So that's a custom deal. That's why it looks freaking awesome. Just a random thing here. These newer ones are actually 45'8" usually. And you can tell by like looking at mine. Mine's regular 45. You can see between the engine bay grate and the wheel well, there's like a skinny little compartment there where the shore power cable goes. You see over here, that's where the extra distance is made, because this is much thicker. Mine's only like that, so you get your extra 8 inches, and this is where they built it into the frame. Probably whenever they started doing the rear bath, they fudged that out a little bit to get some more room there, I would think. That's just my suspicion anyways. And if you look at the VIN number, it'll tell you how long it is. Like this one, for example, you see 1N94458, that means 45'8". Mine says like, you know, 1N94450, because it's 45'0". Just a little fun fact of the day for you guys. So I've been walking around doing some stuff, filming things with Andrew, but you got to hit the road, Mr. Tour Bus.
Dude, I wish I could hang out here longer, but I have an appointment in Indiana. I should have like not made any appointments because I can hang out here for a week, but you got your work cut out here, bud.
Yeah, I might hang out here for a week, you never know.
Dude, if I were you, I know that's what I'd be doing. So a lot of cool stuff going on here. A lot of really good people here too. I can't say enough good stuff about the folks here at Newell Coach.
You're going up to Indiana to check out an RV with a hot tub on the roof?
A hot tub and a helicopter. So I'll try to get that up soon if you guys want to check that out on my channel.
You should. RVing with Andrew Steele. Check it out.
Thank you, bro. Appreciate you, man. Safe travels.
We'll see you soon.
See you, bro.
Well, that's cool. I haven't seen him since Sturgis, but it's good. It's wild. You got friends all over the country and everybody's out doing stuff, and it doesn't matter where they live because you're all on that like national scale of travel. It's just crazy. The people I talk to are scattered all over the map. Like if I look at like the area codes on my recent text messages, no two of them are the freaking same. It's crazy. But that's what's awesome about this stuff. The racing world, the RV world, everybody lives everywhere, and it doesn't matter because this is what you do. The whole map is just, it's just like one little town. Like my perspective of distance and all that is just so different. You know, being in Dallas, I could run up here 5 hours away. 5 hours now is like the equivalent of like a 45-minute drive when I was like 16. It's crazy. Just scope is expanding rapidly, and I love it because there's so much opportunity out there. And you know, this country is an awesome place. Not to get all deep, but it's just great. My former next door neighbor with the 05 rolling out. Nice green paint job, I like it. Look at this one here. It's a unfinished one out in the wild. Just going between stations, I guess. I've never seen one out of the building because they really don't have to move very far while they're making them. So this is a pretty rare sight right here to see one. Looks like it's probably getting ready for paint or something. Everything else looks about done. This is pretty crazy. They look totally different outside than they do when they're, you know, in the line getting put together and everything. That's just a big wall of aluminum. Makes you wonder what that would look like if they just polished the whole thing and clear coated it. Just like give me a big freaking chrome one. That'd be pretty wild. I'm about to go do my other 2 front bags in the parking lot because I got 2 more of them. Like heck, I'll throw them on here. Then if I need anything, I can just come get the part. I don't gotta order it. I don't gotta drive anywhere. It's great. Why not? So now knowing what I know, I'm gonna throw them on real quick. Basically, this is just gonna be the same procedure that I did back at 777 where I normally parked, except I'm doing it here in the Newell parking lot. I brought my jack stands and everything. I'm just gonna pick it up, go under there, do the deal. I know what all size tools I need, and I know I don't even have to take that wheel off now. So heck, the only thing I don't have is a creeper, but this concrete's clean, so who cares? I'll just shimmy on under there and get it done. So I gotta get in there, let it run, air it up the whole way, put the stands under there, lower it down, dump the remainder of the air, and get cracking. I think I'm gonna eat some pizza first though, because I'm kind of hungry. Man, look at this one here, that freaky fresh 90s paint job. That's pretty awesome. Mine has the low headlights, but moving them up was an option. I forget which one's standard. I think low was the standard and high mount was the option, but low looks cooler, I think. Yeah, this one has a slide, so it's like a 97. These techs in there, they recognize almost every one of these, because over the years they come and go and they're just distinct, because there's only 20 something of them built a year back then, so there's not a whole lot running around. And when they come here, you kind of remember them. I remember them. I remember seeing that white one for sale in Florida somewhere before I bought one. I remember drooling over it, thinking it was freaking awesome on the inside. It's just funny. It's a real small world here. But I'm gonna get these Jacksons under there and get it dumped so I can shimmy on under there and get going here. Still trying to figure out what my original paint job looked like, and this is all we can find. It's paint codes on a piece of paper that says Al Jr. with the build number on it. This was probably scribbled down in 1994, or where it's supposed to be. So it should have a thingy like that where it would say what it actually looked like. It's weird that it's not in there. Yeah, right here. Sam Bass. That's freaking cool. I didn't know Sam Bass designed that thing. That's awesome.
Sam Bass.
Yeah.
Who is it?
Sam Bass. You know who Sam Bass is?
No.
He did all like the illustrations. He designed some cars. He did like paintings and all that stuff. He was real big in the NASCAR world.
I got you.
He did all kinds of paint job designs. Man, I wish mine had the sheet like this. So that one over there is actually Bobby Rahall's old one. I just talked to the guy who owns it, and once he gets all situated in there, I'm gonna go over and make a video about it, which is pretty cool. It's a 97. But when we get back at these bags now, that'll be a separate video. There's gonna be all kinds of videos that come from this place, so just stay tuned for that. If you're not already subscribed, you should be, because you don't want to miss those. It's gonna be good. I'm gonna start on here just like I did last time by getting these two 3/4 out. I totally forgot that I'm gonna need a 3/4 ratchet wrench for this, because I did last time, so I'm gonna have to crawl back out of here again eventually. But maybe I'll start with the hardest part, which is cracking those big lines off the top. And you can see they're already, there's nothing in here in any of these. This jack stand's not touching the frame, but there's no air in here, so it's not going to come down any farther. It's already completely dumped everywhere. It's just that the frame torsion of how this is laying is keeping it up. And apparently my Aqua Hot exhaust has popped off. So there you go, pull string, my exhaust fell off. Happened again. Story of my life. Just getting this bottom one off here. These ones you got to get with a ratchet wrench, because the control arm is in the way in the bottom. I just got this one down here, and then I got to cut the top two fittings off, get those two bolts out, and then these are out. The Milwaukee one that I used, that 777, annihilated this fitting in about 10 seconds. And whatever it is on here, Morse Master Cobra hybrid, It's like half chewed up already. So there you go, Milwaukee blade, way better. Same exact fitting, different result. You saw it in my other video. This is what I did to this one. This was a new blade when I started about 10 seconds ago. Might run in there and get another one if I can't get through this next piece. Last bolt is out. I gotta get this, squish it, take this thing out, get that bottom stud out. I will say, that has been the only advantage to having the tire off when I do the other side, is that it's easier to get the bag out. And I feel like I may have a little bit of the same struggle getting the new one in, because I don't think it's gonna squish as easily as the old wallered out one, but I don't know, we'll see. So this is actually the opposite of what I thought was going to happen. There is more room in here for the new bags because they're not pulled apart yet, which is going to make it interesting because, well, I guess I'll just have to jack up the axle. I'm being dumb. I thought I was gonna have to get all goofy with it, but I'm not. I am just being dumb. I'm gonna get my jack up the axle to get them their bottom bolts in. Pretty simple, huh? Yeah. And then we'll screw them top fittings in with the pipe thread sealer stuff. Put those hoses back on, air it up, check for leaks. We're on the home stretch now, boys and girls. I guess if girls watch this, maybe some. So I guess just by a byproduct of storage, the one bag was a little bit more squished than the other one. And the way the suspension is sitting right now, the front one had more room than the back one, so this one was originally sitting up there. This one wouldn't fit without some squishing. So instead of doing that, I used my brain and I moved the squished one to the back and the more extended one to the front. So I got the studs lined up easier that way. How about that? Worked out quite well. I could go back over there and get an electric ratchet, but by the time I waddle out of here, go over there, find it, get it, waddle all the way back under here. If there were two of me, one of them did each direction, and one of me that stayed under here and just did this a bunch of times until the bolt was tight would get done first. So that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna use my left arm for a bit. How about that? Net weight 1.69 fluid ounces. Not 1.7, not 1.68. It's 1.69 because it was made for this job. I just gotta jack up the axle a little bit to get those bottom two bolts to line up. Get the bags, either that or I could air it up and do that, but I'd rather jack it up, get it bolted up, light it down, and then let it air up so it's already in the hole. But I am confident in the first one. The rear one might leak at the pipe thread because it got tight where it was not lined up properly, and it was too tight to send it the rest of the way around. So I just loosened it back up a little bit to where it was able to reach the hose, because it's a really short hose. Like, I almost need to make it as tight as I can and then get a long hose that wraps around to the thingy instead of just, because it doesn't line up right. I don't know. I'm probably overthinking it. It's probably tight enough, because once that pipe dope dries up a little bit, it won't be as lubricated as it is now. Not that it's loose. It's just, by my definition of loose, is that it's not extremely tight, because I've said it before, I over tighten the crap out of everything. So I'm over speculating here. Let's get this jacked up, get this show on the road. Someday when I'm pulling out of here with a brand new one of these that I configured myself, I'll point to this spot right here and be like, yeah, I changed the bags on mine with hand tools when I was 24 in that spot, and now I'm driving out of here with a new one. And I'll probably go back to this clip because YouTube will be there forever and pull that out and say, you know what, I told you I was going to do that. I'm going to do it. And if me saying stuff like this bothers you, don't listen to me. You can leave. Because if you don't have that mindset, you shouldn't really be here. So you can see it's just starting to peak out. I gotta pump it a little bit more. It'll pop through. Same thing with the other side. Got the 2 bottom bolts on. I was gonna film some of that, but I kind of peeked my head under there to see if I could see the threads. I'm like, oh, I could reach it. I'm like, I'm already threading on. I'm just gonna put it on, and then I was like, I could scoot a little more and I could reach the other one, and I just did it. It's done. Now, 1, I lost my phone. I don't know where I put it. Gotta find that. 2, go inside, fire it up for a minute, let it build some air, but not try to take it off the jack stand. Just put air in the bags and see if it leaks. Well, it's finished inspection. I don't hear anything. I can't feel anything. Before I do any of that though, I gotta put a bunch of these tools back, because a lot of them, some of them are mine, a handful of them, a lot of like the specialty ones are theirs. So I gotta go put those back in there, which is pretty freaking awesome. Pretty awesome that they let me do this. Really. Like, I could have been fighting with like the only wrench I had, or that, like, you know, Keith had or something back at the shop, and it would have taken me way longer. But these guys are like, you know, oh, I use this thingy for that, you want this makes it easier, here you go. And I'm just sitting there like, you know, this really isn't too bad. I did both of those bags in less time than it took me to do one of the other ones, so it's pretty sweet. I think tomorrow I'm gonna do oil change, filters, that stuff, because they have the roll under pans to do that here. They actually don't even have any racks in there. They just have pits, like alignment pits. But for like doing oil changes and stuff, they just do it right on the ground. So I'm just gonna do the same thing they do out here.